Hello lads, lassies, and those of unspecified gender, it's the Irishman here, and today we're going to be talking about what would have happened if Goku had the OmniTrix. This is the second part to this what if, so if you haven't seen the other video on this topic, I would greatly recommend you go check that part out before coming back to this one, if you enjoyed of course. There is a playlist linked in the description for your viewing ease and obviously pleasure, and with all that out of the way, let's get into the story of this what if. The Prince of all Saiyans and his bodyguard would arrive on Earth and go in search of Goku, eventually finding him training with his adoptive brother. Well, adoptive in the sense that he kind of took Raditz into his family. Not like they were both adopted by the same parent or anything. That's weird. I should have phrased it a bit differently, but either way, the two were training together. And the two other Saiyan warriors find them and are a bit surprised. Based on their scouter readings, Raditz is only at a power level of like 20. Goku even lower, at a power level of 15. This doesn't make any sense. Not only has Raditz gotten weaker, but the person they came here to see is the bottom of the barrel space gunk. It doesn't make any sense. He was supposed to be the Super Saiyan. This was a waste of their time. They should kill them both and everybody else here just for doing this to them. However, Raditz stops them. He powers up, showing that he hasn't gotten weaker, he just learned how to control the power that he has, which is actually really useful to them. That alone makes their trip worth it, which does calm them down quite a lot. However, further than that, Raditz has also gotten much stronger. In fact, he's even more powerful than Nappa by this point, at a power level of 6,000, which is incredible to say the least, but comparatively to Vegeta, not all that high. So sure, Raditz has gotten stronger, but he's still practically worthless when they go up against Frieza. But Raditz does say that based on what he's seen, Goku might actually be able to beat the Tyrant on his own, then suggesting that Goku transforms and show them what he means. So Goku does so. He slaps down on his watch and then begins to transform not only into a Super Saiyan, but also a Saiyan. I had that in reverse. He transforms not only into a Saiyan, but also into the legendary Super Saiyan. That's better. Vegeta is incredibly impressed by this, and wants to see this power firsthand, wanting to actually break into a fight with this guy. However, Raditz stops him, saying that the two of them have been training together, and Goku's just as strong as his adoptive brother in base form. So when he goes into Super Saiyan, it's just an entirely different story. Vegeta, respectfully, would die. Although the prince doesn't see this as any sort of genuine camaraderie, instead he sees this as mocking and shameful. How dare Raditz, scum at his boot heel, demand that the prince stands down? He's the prince of the Saiyans after all. However, doesn't really matter. The Super Saiyan is right there, and although Vegeta can't see how strong he is because, well, Goku's transformation would have destroyed both his and Nappa's scouter, he still doesn't believe that the Super Saiyan could be all that strong in comparison to the mighty royalty of the Saiyan race. However, yeah, Raditz just lets him go past, allowing him to get into a fight with Goku, and it does not end well. Maybe if Vegeta was in grade 8, it could be a little even, but yeah, right now, not doing too well for the prince. It would only take 2 hits, and Vegeta's already on the ground, nearly unconscious. Raditz would give him a Senzu Bean and compliment him, because 2 hits is more than he had ever taken in their entire year of training. Whenever Goku went Super Saiyan, it was just done and over, because, you know, he's just that strong. Although it might actually be pretty interesting to see how grade 8 Vegeta would fare against the Super Saiyan. To which, although a little shameful, Vegeta would command that Nappa actually summons a Power Ball, that way he can test out his mettle against Goku's. And Vegeta wouldn't be calling him Kakarot here because there is no Kakarot in this story. I know, get your tears out of the way now. This won't be any sort of edgy bad boy story for Goku. Oh, so sad. Anyway, with the Power Ball summoned, Vegeta would begin to be charged by the Blutzwaves. I'm sorry, Blutzwaves is such a stupid name. Vegeta would begin to be charged by the Blutzwaves, getting 10 times bigger, 10 times stronger, and probably 10 times hairier. Then the two would duke it out, Goku returning to being a Saiyan as well as transforming yet again into Super Saiyan. And the two actually have a pretty even fight, although Goku would be holding back by a bit. Not a lot, he'd probably be somewhere in around the 300,000 range if you want to slap power level on it, but really he is still having to hold back if he wants this to be a fun fight, which honestly is pretty impressive still. Vegeta having a power level of 180,000 would be able to push Goku more than basically anybody else, even if he does have to resort to using Great Ape to do it. Although this fight doesn't just lead to Goku having a fun challenge, instead it also proves that despite the fact he can beat Great Ape Vegeta pretty effortlessly at full power, Goku could not beat Frieza. Not even a shot, because, well, Frieza has a power level of 560,000, something that would probably be pretty common knowledge in the Frieza Force. And thanks to Guldo, Vegeta knows he has a form beyond that, meaning they're screwed if they go up against the Emperor now. However, if they had some more training, Goku actually pushing them to overcome his Super Saiyan form, then maybe, just maybe, they can take down the Emperor once and for all, but it's going to take a while, since even though Goku and Vegeta tag teaming could take on Frieza's first form, they'd still lose, and the rest of the group is practically nothing in comparison. But even after a couple months of mostly peaceful training, they don't see enough gains to be confident in their defeat of Frieza. But it doesn't really matter, because their peaceful training is broken by two different spaceships arriving on the planet, belonging to a since-conjoined group. These spaceships belong to the Galactic Patrol and the Plumbers. They've come not only to defeat and arrest the space criminals known as Saiyans, but also to interrogate the human known as Goku, who has come in possession of a potentially universe-destroying unregistered weapon, the OmniTrix. So, fun little lore dump, I haven't actually watched or consumed pretty much any media about Ben 10 in like 10 years. So while researching for this what if, I rediscovered the Plumbers and realized I had no idea about anything revolving around the Plumbers. I don't know if it was like past my time or before my time, but like, I don't remember them explaining or showing anything with the Plumbers past the robot guy in Ben 10 Omniverse talking about like plumber law and stuff. So after doing a bit more research, I realized they're pretty much just the Galactic Patrol. So obviously I had to just combine the two groups and put them in here. Getting back to the story, Vegeta and Nappa would be more than tempted to just destroy all of these invaders right now. They're more than powerful enough to do so, so why not? But Goku suggests the idea of, you know, morality and not slaughtering a bunch of people just because they go against what you want. You know, it's not that hard of a concept to get around, but still, the two Saiyans do want to do it, so they're a bit hard-pressed to actually go along with what Goku's saying. However, Goku's stronger, so he tells them to stand down after transforming into the Super Saiyan. Now this is enough to get everyone to stop. Now, with the Space Cop army standing down, they would begin to communicate their desires, their motivations, and what they want exactly. And Goku is able to kind of understand why they want to bring in the Saiyans, since they are technically world-ending criminals. However, currently they have a common desire. They want to take down Frieza, and I bet that's probably also what the Galactic Patrol / Plumber armies want to do too. It's the best thing for the universe, so maybe just letting this slide would be their best option here, and they do comply with that. Although they want to bring up how Goku has the OmniTrix, and that's something that they're not sure if it's in the right hands, you know? They just want to make sure about that, and if it wasn't, they want to take it in for themselves, that way it can be used for more noble purposes. However, they realize bringing that up right now might not be the best idea. Goku is currently a glowing golden god in front of them, and they don't want to get smited, so they just keep their lips shut and walk away. They leave, realizing it's probably best to just let things handle themselves right now. Although they would give them coordinates for the main Plumber/Galactic Patrol base, a place where they can go and visit if they ever need their help, or wish to assist in any sort of universal cleanup, which Goku would definitely keep in mind. It could lead to some interesting hijinks in the future, although for right now they don't need them, so they decide to just pocket the information. Then the Z Fighters go back to training, and anticipating that they probably have to deal with a Great Ape level transformation from Frieza, they aim to get to around the same strength as Frieza's first form in their base forms, since obviously the Saiyans have a Great Ape level transformation of their own. You know, Great Ape. And with Goku's Super Saiyan form as a goal to strive for, they would all get massively more powerful, in fact even reaching their goal in record time. Now, they do think they're prepared to go fight Frieza, but they want to prepare a bit more, until they realize that Goku's Super Saiyan form, just through the other Saiyans getting stronger, has increased quite exponentially. Because the way the OmniTrix works, it scans an alien race, and then becomes like 100 years more evolved than whatever the strongest version of that race would be. So as the likes of Nappa, Vegeta, and Raditz get stronger, his Super Saiyan form would inherently get stronger. Well, his Saiyan form. Super Saiyan is still just a 50 times boost, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, the OmniTrix is just ridiculously broken. Not only does it become like the strongest member of an alien species, it also becomes like 100 years more evolved, which is just insane, but I didn't write the show, I'm just writing a what if with it. Now, believing that they are fully capable of taking down the Emperor once and for all, they would board spaceships made by Dr. Briefs and Bulma collaboratively. And seeing as Bulma, working on her own ship for a couple of days, was capable of getting to Namek in like 2 months, it stands to reason that her and her father working together could probably make a spaceship capable of reaching Frieza's main hideout in around a week or 2? Either way, they would be able to reach wherever Frieza's staying at in pretty quick time. So, floating in the atmosphere of Frieza Planet 1, they would prepare to launch their final war against the tyrant who has enslaved their race for so long. Oh, and just some guy, Goku heard about. He doesn't really have any personal beef with him, but he still wants to take him down just for the good of everybody. And that, my dearest viewers, is where we're going to be ending things for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this, as I certainly enjoyed making it, and if you could please like the video, subscribe to the page, and hit the notification bell, that way you're notified whenever I release any new videos. That would be very much appreciated. And with all of that out of the way, this is, always has been, and always will be the Irishman. Talk to you later. Bye.